Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back in Minecraft in the Creative Builds world, and I thought we've got this nice little space here between our beach houses and our hotel and some of the bigger areas of town, and I figure we can put a nice little beach house in this location here where we've got a donkey and a sheep. So I'd like to use end stone bricks, end stone brick slabs, end stone brick wall, red nether bricks, red nether brick slabs, red nether brick stairs, red nether brick wall, crimson door, and a crimson trapdoor. Now these are the materials I'm guessing I'm going to need. I'm not going to guarantee we'll use every single one of them though, so keep an eye out as we go through the video. So we've got this nice little space cleared out here. As you can see, I have removed a little bit of the terrain. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going to make the house a square, so we want to go 9 along here as well. So a 9 by 9 square. Now I've chosen to use these particular materials because I haven't really used them much before, and I just thought it would be nice to use a different material to build in and see what kind of effect we can get from combining them and see what the colour scheme and palette looks like. So the square that we've got now is 9 by 9, and in the interior you can use any sort of material you want for your flooring. So if you don't like what I'm using, of course substitute any of the materials for something else for the colour palette you like. I'm going to try using the red nether brick for the flooring. So our main house is going to be the yellow end stone, and then we're going to use the red as the accent colour, and I'm going to try using this as a flooring to see what it looks like. I think it might be a little overpowering for some people, but I think with the contrast with the walls it won't look too bad here. In fact, I think it's going to look really nice. I think the brick texture looks really good for a tiled flooring, and we have an awful lot of different brick textures in the game now, so you've got lots of choice if you want to substitute the floor. Yeah, I like that. Right, for where we're going to have the entrance, we're going to use the nether brick stairs, and I think we'll place 3 of them to make a very central piece. Right, let's double check where the centre is. Yeah, that one's going to be the centre. I think you could have them just flat facing, but I think I'm going to turn them at the corners so you've got that little step up and step in effect. I really kind of like that as an entrance. I'm sure you've noticed that if you've watched more of my videos. And then we want to put the door right in the centre, and I think we want to inset it, so we place it from the inside like so. Yeah, I think that's the closest matching door to the nether brick that so that's the one I'm using. And then we want to decide where the walls are going to go and where the windows are going to go. So we need to go around the door, of course, and then figure out where we're going to put the windows. So we want to go up by 1 brick all the way around, and then the row above this we will start adding windows. There's probably quite a few different configurations of where you can put the windows, and since we're doing this on the fly we'll do 1 or 2 different ones first. Right, so we go round the door, and then yeah, I think we'll have the window there, and we'll do the same on the other side. So bring up the corner, bring up a row next to it, and then the window will go right there in the gaps like so. I think they'll go too tall, so then we'll want a full row of brick across the top here. So that will be our first floor complete, like so. So now we want to do the same on all the other sides. So we want a row, because I don't want the window right next to the wall, so we always want to put a row in from the corner. And again, we've got trees in the way, so we're going to have to clear a few little bits of tree out, I think, here and there. Right, so 1 in from the wall, so that the window isn't right next to the corner, because I always think that looks really odd. And then let's form the basic box structure around the edges, and then we can figure out where the rest of the windows are going to go. So fill in 1 from the... Wait, I think I just did 2 there. We'll come back to that, don't worry. Just finish filling in the box structure and make sure that you've got at least one row next to the corner, because the windows there just look really odd. We could probably fit 3 windows across the side like that, if you like, if you want more glass and more windows. I wonder if that's too many windows. That actually does look quite nice if you want lots of lighting, but if you want to put stairs and things in, or you want to put put cabinets up for a kitchen or something, that could make it a little bit difficult because there's not enough space. So maybe 2 in the middle like that. So we want the windows where we had the wall originally. So 2 rows of brick from the corner. So that 2 we put in there accidentally is a good thing. And then, yeah, so 2 rows of brick from the corners and then 1 row right up in the centre, and that will give us 2 windows in the middle of all the walls. I think that is going to be the one that I'm going to go for. So 2 walls at the side, then a window, then a wall, then a window, then 2 walls at the side again. Yeah, that's the one I'm going to use. I haven't got glass at the moment, we'll come back and put the windows in a little bit later. So that's the first floor done. So on top of here we're going to want another row of brick, and then this row that we're putting in now will be the level where we'll put in the floor for the upper story. Don't worry about the extra couple of bricks I've just added, we'll sort that out in a little minute. It's easy to place bricks in the wrong spot and it's easy to remove them later. Right, so we're going to want to put our floor in here. I'm going to use the red nether brick again for the flooring because I quite liked it down the bottom. And we're going to go for consistency in this house. You could put a completely wooden flooring in up here if you don't like the red, or substitute the brick for a different colour brick. If you want to green tiling, the kelp blocks are quite nice as well. We've used those in the past in different builds. Lovely. Right, we go back to our end stone brick and we want a full row around here below where the window is going to be. Makes it easier to place furniture if you have the 1 row of bricks instead of a completely open glass panelling. In fact, we should come back and do that one day, a big open glass wall building. Yeah, maybe we'll think about that for the next one. Right, so now we want the windows placed in the same place as the floor below, so you can see where we're putting them. So we do a corner, 2 bricks, then a window, then a brick, then a window, then 2 bricks and a corner. So a corner, 2 bricks, then a window, then a brick, then a window, then 2 bricks and a corner. 2 bricks, space, brick, 2 bricks, corner. There we go. 2 bricks and then of course fill in the gap there where we had the door in the lower floor. So the front and the front one is the only one that's a little bit different, and that's because we want to keep the windows in the same place as they were where we made space for the door. There we go. Make all the windows 2 tall, and then a row of brick on the level all the way around above where the windows are, and then we need to find a glass colour that we like to match the building. I think for this one we probably want to go for a plain glass or the white glass. So I think red would be just a little bit too much to try and match the nether brick. Right, so that's where we've got all of our walls in place. I think we'll go up an extra row in order to be able to place the roofing. Or do we? Actually, do you know what? If we do the roofing not as stairs but as half slabs, we won't need to go up the extra layer. I think that might work like that. So that's the side there, just in case, so you can see what we've done. And there's the front, because the front is the only wall that's different. Yeah, I think we've got the basic structure of our house now, and at the moment it looks very plain, so we need to make it a little bit prettier, and we of course need to add a roof. So I think we'll use the half slab, and we'll go on the top half of the bricks above the windows. You see what I mean? We're using a half slab on the top half of the end brick, and we go all the way around the square. like so. And then we'll place the next row on top of the end brick walls, all the way around. And I think you can see where we're going with this. We're going to go in by 1 square every time and go up by half a block every time to form a nice sort of pyramid roof. Now the layer where we are now, what we want to do is fill in the entirety of the level with the red brick so that we've got a ceiling for the interior of the house. So that level there, where we're placing that, is where we're going to place the ceiling that can be seen from inside the house, and then on top of it we're going to keep going in by half a slab every time. I'm doing both at the same time, the ceiling layer and the layer above, because with the red it's a little bit hard sometimes to see where you're placing the upper slab. So if we do both at once, we're less likely to make a mistake. So this one we want to go all the way along with 2 slabs to make the full roof. So you can see what I mean. We've got inside, we've got the ceiling that you see from the inside of the roof, and here we're now putting the exterior of the ceiling going upwards. But with the dark colour like this, sometimes it is a little bit hard to see where you're placing the half slab, so you just need to be that little bit careful. But don't worry, if you make it a bit of a mess up, it's easy to fix it later. There we go. And we're nearly there now, see. And because we started with a square building, this means that one of these triangular roofs works really well. It's a little bit more tricky if you've got an oblong building that you're doing a roof on like that, and if you're doing an oblong, it's usually a lot easier to use the stairs instead of the half slabs for the ceiling and the roof structure. So above the door we do want a little bit of decoration. I think the stair like that facing in the normal direction is probably the thing, because I want to use the crimson wood trapdoors to make shutters next to all the windows, so we can't do more to the side there for above the door because we need the space for the shutters to fit. So I think that's going to work quite well. So what we want to do now is go around all of the windows and place the trapdoors for shutters. It's just going to take me a few minutes to go around and do that for all of the windows, and then once you think you've placed them all, always go around and check, because I usually find I've missed one somewhere. So here you see we're going to have the shutters right in the middle of the windows like that. So if you really want them to be separate, you can move the windows slightly further apart, but I kind of like it like this. And on a bigger building, if you put in these shutters and you want the windows to be completely separate, make sure you've always got space for the shutters at both sides of the windows. But I think this works just fine. Now, will that fit without us having to move any more tree? I think it might on the up of this top layer, but I think for the bottom set of windows we might have to move a few bits of tree perhaps. Oh, maybe not, maybe it is tall enough here. Yeah, I think we might be able to manage the shutters here without attacking the trees again. I see why a lot of people use flat worlds to building, because then you don't end up with millions of trees right next to your buildings, but it's part of the fun, isn't it, to try and use the terrain that we've got as well. So I kind of like the natural generation like this. I think we might have to attack this tree though to get to put the shutters in here. Hello Mr. Piggy, could you just thank you for moving away, Mr. Piggy, or Miss Piggy, I don't know. There we go. Yeah, to get in here, just move a few of the little bits of leaf off the tree. There's a little bit of clear access. Make the house look a bit safer. Oops, can we? Yes, we can do it. Yeah, I think that is all of the shutters in place. Yes. So that's the basic exterior. We just need some glass now for the windows, and I think then the exterior of the building will be completed. So we want glass. Actually, just type it in, it's easier. Glass. So I said we'd probably go for either the clear glass or maybe the white glass for this building, didn't I? Because I said the red will be a little bit too overpowering, I think. Let's try the white, so it'll kind of, because it's a beach house, the white could look like it's a little bit tinted to try and keep some of the sun out so that you don't get sunburnt inside your building, yeah? What else do we need? Oh, I think we're going to need a lantern to make some lights and some lighting inside the house. I quite like the lanterns for house lighting these days. In fact, I think we will maybe use them in the garden as well, make a path to the beach or something like that maybe. So let's make sure we go around and put the glass in all of the windows now. And then I think we might do a path down to the beach and the interior of the house, maybe in a part 2, so that you can see what I do with the interior, and a path down into the beach. So let's get this glass. So we're using the white glass pane for our build. So that's 2 sides done, so let's go around the back and place that one there. And at the bottom, and I've always double check that we've placed it in all of the areas. I'm getting stuck on trees! And then the trees, of course, keep a bit of privacy for this beach house. Alright, and the last one is up here. So there you go, that is the exterior of the house, so come back in the next episode for the interior. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!